The Art of Piracy, written by Cecilia Dominic, narrated by Alicia Foreman. Chapter 1. Veronica Kindred shaded her eyes and looked up at the chateau. It appeared to be a typical opulent French manor, not one that deserved to have tales told about it of ghosts and strange occurrences. But the horses had gotten more nervous as they'd approached, and her crew quieter. She didn't know any of the men that well, but they'd started the morning boisterous enough to the point of boasting that they'd capture the first spirit they encountered and put it in a glass jar. Then they'd bring it back to Paris and start doing seances, mediumship being a better-paying profession than requisitioning and moving art. The boasting had turned to nervous fidgeting and whispered repetition of rumors. While Veronica had no doubt that men committed the sort of horrors that could produce specters, she didn't believe in ghosts. Still, something about the house felt wrong. Like someone had taken the harmony of the place apart and put it back together with a note out of tune. Or something like that. She could never exactly describe the things she felt, only a sensation akin to the internal thrum at a concert when the instruments played loudly. Ironic, since she'd only ever been passable at playing the pianoforte and singing, her first love being art. She'd learned during her time as an art history apprentice in London to pay attention when something stuck out as different. That's why Léonard Basquet, famous art historian and dealer, had sent her on this errand. Focus, Veronica. Even now her fingers twitched to sketch the archways and soaring lines of the chateau's windows and walls, but she quashed the feeling. Even if she had the time, she doubted the drawing would come. She hadn't been able to put pencil to paper and produce anything useful since Peter's death, and she doubted her once prodigious talent would return now. Besides, there was no time for such frivolity. They had a shipment to assemble and an airship to catch. Allons-y, she said with as much authority as a young woman could command over a group of rough men. They muttered under their breath, but complied, no doubt motivated by the bonuses they'd been promised. She pulled out her list and studied it. Only about 10 pieces, she read for the 100th time. Enough to start a collection. I'll trust your good taste as to what to select. Léonard. A big responsibility. But hadn't she been waiting for the past 4 years for something like this? And it came along with the chance for her to return to Terminus in triumph, not as the disgraced girl who'd secretly married her headmaster and been widowed 6 months later. The foreman took out an ornate key that looked like it came straight out of a fairy tale and applied it to the padlock on the large wooden front door. Although the rest of the chateau might boast modern upgrades, the Marquis had apparently...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?